UK that Pumla Navacha had a birth egg donation.
I overheard a conversation between two slightly older African women, and they were going through a deep conversation about how they had failed for years and years, been trying to have a child,
In the news tonight, City of Windhoek secures $155 million loan for new power substation to avoid load shedding.
The International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUM for life. We are IUM.
Good evening, I'm Tonata Kadila. In the news tonight, body of 6-year-old boy recovered from sewage dam. Churches can play a role in fighting racism. Access to water supply to be improved in Otavi, and Business on One, Comments Corner, Sport and the weather. The search for the body of a 6-year-old boy who drowned in a stream in Grysblok area in Windhoek on Sunday afternoon has been concluded after an independent diver recovered his remains after following hours of search. According to the Namibian police report, Jaden Isaacs allegedly drowned while playing with his friends.
Little Isaac's parents, extended family members and Grysblok residents surrounded the sewage dam early this morning as the search continued from yesterday afternoon. A somber mood, residents prayed for the retrieval of the body, and a number of minutes later, just after 10 in the morning, an independent diver Percy Openshaw of Crisis Response retrieved Isaac's lifeless body. Isaac's aunt Caroline Hendricks narrated her sister's last words to her son before she had left home on Sunday afternoon.
Her last words to her son yesterday was, "Stay in the house. You don't go out and play like a baby." But a kid is just a kid. Kids are just kids. He said water was too dirty for him to get in there. But you have the t-shirt on that said you are a lifesaver. For what? Only for clean water. Only to get into clean water. It's not good. We want our son, please.
The deceased uncle, Hendrik Mantua, is blaming the city of Windhoek for Isaac's death. Mantua says 4 people have perished in the same sewage dam, and despite numerous complaints to the city of Windhoek to fix the broken sewer pipes which flows in the dam, nothing has been done.
This could have been avoided. For years, this hole has been here. There's been several bodies lost in this pond. You can call it some kind of pond. So this is one fatality too many. And it's time for us to stand up. So we want to know as citizens and taxpayers, what do we pay tax for if City of Windhoek is not upholding its part? So where is our services rendered for? What's the use of us? This thing could have been avoided. You see what they do? Basically just clamp it. They just put on a clamp and then it's shut. And then they leave it like this. Now a boy's life didn't even start. We have to pay. He has to pay for it. Due to our government lack of taking care of the community. This is just because it's somewhere on the outskirts. Nobody takes notice or interest in this, what's happening.
Windhoek's Mayor Shade Governors ordered the municipality to renovate the broken sewage pipes with immediate effect, adding that this is a sad situation because it seems in the country one has to die from hunger or negligence before something is done.
It's unfortunate that someone in our country has to either die of hunger or is to die from crime or is to die from negligence. And I think we need to do better. We need to do better. It's a long way for us to go. That I'm a mother. I'm a mother, and I'm here because I'm a mother, not because I'm the mayor of Windhoek, but because I'm a mother. And just to imagine the pain that she might be going through. You have so many different incidences happening in our city, and you'd wonder, does it really need to happen like this? Do we need to have incidences like this? Obviously, people are saying, yeah, where was the mother? How dare you ask a question like that? I would have literally lost my head if someone had asked me after my child had drowned, where was I? Children play. Children are always going to be children, but we're going to take caution. We're going to see if we fence off this area. But even in the instances that we fence off these areas, we are informed that people steal and they theft of the gates or the fences around these areas. But we need to inform our residents around this area and basically just see if we can have signs around and then see if we can get the river to flow so that the water can flow to Gamams as well as just...
We've always had the bravery to stand up for what is Namibian, from protecting our homes to fighting injustices. We still celebrate what it means to us and raise a glass to those who show their bravery. No matter how they take on the world, with all this potential in the land of the brave, what will you do to make this Namibia your Namibia?
Enjoy these fantastic payday savings at Clicks until the 3rd of November. Buy Clicks 2-ply toilet paper, 18 rolls, 2 for $104.99 per pack and 1 for $114.99. And exclusive to Club Card members, buy Pampers Pants or new Baby Dry disposable nappies jumbo pack, now $241.99 per pack. Clicks, feel good, pay less.
The Evangelical Lutheran Church in Namibia Director for Social Development, Uhuru Dempas, stated that racism is still prominent and not only unique to Namibia. As a result, Uhuru said it is important to engage in dialogues to decolonize people's minds.
The workshop, attended by 30 people, including experts, dealt with difficult questions surrounding racism. The workshop further aimed to have resolutions on how churches can assist in combating racism in churches and the society at large.
We decided to host this so that we can also consider what further actions we can take here within the context of the church, but also broader civil society, and also to learn from other countries what their experiences are with racism and what we can do to overcome it. In Namibia, it's particularly critical that the church is at the center of the fight against racism, because if you look at the history of colonialism, the role that the missionaries have played, they are actually, through the missionary reports and so on, we have to decolonize the mind, especially of those that are still experiencing that.
A number of participants spoke to News on One, stating that the conference was productive and has empowered them, while adding that the churches have huge obligations in the fight against racism.
I'm very happy that this workshop took place in Namibia, which seems to have been the most extreme case, that even 32 years after independence, there are people, who are racially discriminated, not only, mostly in our workplaces. We experience this on a daily basis.
We now, what we ought to pray is that all churches in the world should rise up and speak loudly to denounce, to combat the racism everywhere they are. The people that organize this shop walk, they should continue to organize it because it's something that is so important. It's a part of tool to all churches to use to fight against social racism.
By this conference, I got identify, I got analyze, and I got dismantle the racism right now. I realized that racism still exists, even it kills people. That is why I really expect that all participants can continue this conference. You have to do the follow-up, like doing online meeting and to share each other about the experiences, what is going on in each countries, in each regions.
We need to raise the awareness of the people about this theme, because racism is like a cancer, not only in the society, but it's already can be felt in the church even. We need to learn more, and then how to be proactive anti-racist. So it's kind of a big work actually, but if we do it together, we can make it.
This is a challenge, but this is what we have tried in this workshop, and I think we had really touching dialogues, sharings, but this is the first step, which is really important to talk about and to share about racism and what racism did to us, but also how our churches were involved in this.
The 5-day workshop, which started on the 26th to the 30th of October, was attended by participants from Tanzania, Rwanda, Cameroon, South Africa, Indonesia, and Germany.
Improved access and affordability of water supply was identified as crucial for residents and farmers in and around the town of Otavi in the Otjozondjupa region. On a recent visit, the Minister of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform, Kalle Schlettwein, met the Otavi Town Council, informing them that plans are underway to make water more accessible and more affordable.
According to Schlettwein, Namibia is one of the driest countries in sub-Saharan Africa. The minister was speaking during a familiarization tour of the Otjozondjupa region last week, where he addressed the Otavi Town Council, stating that the total water demand for the Namibian nation is estimated at 700 million cubic meters per year, of which 500 million goes to irrigation and agriculture. This means that agriculture uses about 700 billion liters of water per year.
Water must be made available to Namibian citizens, to everyone, at the cheapest possible price, not the highest. There's no profiteering possible for water because of the fact that it is a basic commodity. It must be made available to all at the cheapest possible price. And that is NamWater's mandate as a bulk water supplier. They are allowed only to put a tariff on the water that is equal to the cost to bring it to the consumer. There is no value attached to the water side. It is only what is in place, what it does cost to bring it to you. And that also excludes the cost of capital.
Schlettwein explained that the goal with this developmental plan is to deliver water at affordable tariffs to all citizens, because while water is a scarce commodity in Namibia, it is a constitutional right for every citizen to have adequate access to safe drinking water. Schlettwein emphasized that residents and farmers will be given better access to the scarce resource for agricultural advancement and improved livelihoods in the region.
Agriculture as an activity on land and water are brought together. And I cannot emphasize it enough. There is no life possible without water. And there is really no socio-economic development possible without water and without land. Now, Namibia is a country that is not blessed with an abundance of water resources. So if we do not manage land resources and water resources properly, we will seriously impede development. And I think it is important to note that, and I'm happy that you recognize the central role that water plays in development.
The minister concluded that water is a national basic commodity which does not belong to any one person but belongs to all citizens and should be sustainably managed for the benefit of all.
Prevent cramps with Fabifarm's new MVA Cramp Stop. Developed to bring fast and effective relief from cramps in athletes, active people and senior citizens. Manufactured in Namibia, Fabifarm's MVA Cramp Stop contains a carefully selected blend of vitamins and essential minerals to prevent cramps with a full month supply of capsules. It's Fabifarm's new MVA Cramp Stop, your #1 choice in cramp prevention. Now available at all leading pharmacies countrywide.
A bucky. Breaking news. A bucky every week.
Say it with me. Bucky. Bucky.
A bucky.
This festive season, there's a bucky up for grabs at OK every week. No wonder it's on everyone's lips. Buy any participating product to enter and you could win a brand new bucky plus petrol money for a year. Also save on Brooks Oros for just $32.99, Sparnetta soft drinks for a low $16.99, and Dairy Made Farmhouse ice cream at only $42.99. Come for the savings, leave it a bucky.
Welcome to Business on One. The Amos Meerkat School Project, which offers technical and material support to preschools on farms and surrounding areas to prepare learners for grade 1, received a financial donation of 150,000 Namibia dollars from local insurance company Hollard Namibia recently.
Hollard Namibia's head of corporate communication and public relations, Sam Kawapirura, indicated that the school project has positively impacted the lives of those who had no hope and given them an opportunity to access early childhood development programs.
At Hollard, we believe in ensuring better futures for all. And today we are handing over another 150,000 Namibian dollars for the next 12 months to the project. Next year we'll hand over another amount equivalent to that. Last year we gave 150,000. We committed to the project contractually for the next 3 years. We are in the second year already, for a total amount of 450,000 Namibian dollars. And then at the end of it, we'll obviously review and continue talking to each other. But in the meantime, our participation and involvement doesn't end there. We continually talk to each other, we engage. If there are other needs, we chip in where we can. Today we brought about 9 of our staff members from our office. They are going to help to prepare this material that you see in this storeroom, to prepare the crates, to prepare all the teaching material to be shipped across the country. So our staff will be helping here for the next 2 hours. And they'll be doing that for the next 4 weeks, every Friday, for 2 hours, just to put in those man hours to reduce the pressure on these 2 people who are in his office who has to prepare these thousands of material to be shipped. So this is a project that really addresses a very particular gap, and we are happy to be associated both as Hollard but also as employees of Hollard and members of the Namibian House. Today we are here to really relaunch the story to the Namibian public, to say this is a project that has impacted people's lives, that has impacted those kids on the farms and remote parts of Namibia who had no hope to get access to early childhood development initiatives, who had no hope to get to preschools because they were remote. And the project pretty much took the preschool, the ECD development aspect to right where they are. And it's run and done by volunteers. Even the teachers and monitors don't really draw salaries. They only got a small fee for attending training and so forth. And these are people from the communities, from the farms, from the informal settlement. Some of them are even young people who had hopes and desires to really do something constructive for their lives. And all of a sudden, they could really actualize their potential through this program.
Amos Meerkat School Project National Coordinator, Alet van der Merwe, expressed her appreciation, stating that the donation will make a huge contribution in achieving their goals.
Holland was the first sponsor who believed in the idea of getting people school ready, 5 and 6-year-old children, and they are from the beginning a major sponsor for us. What we do with their money is we provide teachers with crates, with resources that they can use in their classroom. Our teachers are not professionally trained teachers. We train them to use our syllabus, and then we give them the materials to help them. So Holland plays a huge role in the printing of the books and other materials that we make. Holland sponsors money on a yearly basis. We don't have extra money just to hire people to work. So this is really a work that you do with love. And we are very excited to have them for the next month, every Friday for 2 hours. The staff members of Holland will come and assist me in preparing for our trainings at the end of the year. That's a huge help.
The project that was initiated in 2012 caters to more than 5,000 children and over 200 teachers countrywide, many of whom are volunteers and earn no salary.
And that is all we have for you. Be sure to follow us on our social media pages for more on the business front.
There are data deals. And then there are Telecom Namibia data deals. And if you want the biggest data deal of all, you gotta get 31-day Jiva, which comes with a massive 50 gigs of data. Is it even possible to use 50 gigs of data in a month? You tell us. You also get 1,000 voice minutes and 400 SMSs. To get your hands on 31-day Jiva, dial *130*780# and enjoy a month of mega data. Whoa, that's a lot of data, minutes and SMS. How much is that? Must be expensive. No, it's only 185 Namibian dollars excluding that. T's and C's apply. Telecom Namibia.
Sharing your world. Save big this festive season. Enjoy deluxe chocolate coated Turkish delight or deluxe French style nougat for a delicious $29.99 each. Share the sweetest gift. Life's better with Pep.
This November, Rugby Fever is in the air, and rugby enthusiasts can look forward to the Dr. Hage Geinkoop Cup 2022.
On the side and over the line go Belgians.
Don't miss this epic clash between the Windhoek Draft Welwitschiërs versus the Windhoek Draft Griquas from South Africa.
Aggressive stuff from the Windhoek Draft Griquas.
The match will take place on the 5th of November at 4 p.m. So make sure to tune in to watch the showdown live on One Africa. Proudly brought to you by MTC, Windhoek Draft and Bank Windhoek.
The International University of Management has embarked on expanding its infrastructure at some of their campuses countrywide due to its growing staff and student population. Namujebo Alexa stated that IUM is expanding fast, hence they should set up a campus in Oshikoto region. Paulus Kupembona suggested that IUM should close temporarily to allow unemployed graduates to get jobs. Mike Essayne differs with Paulus, stating that an educated nation is a productive nation. That's all from our comments corner. Be sure to engage on our stories on our social media pages for broadcast on News on One.
Back in the day, Susie's phone used to ring like a hotline. She was the most popular girl in town. But since she did not register her SIM card with her mobile service provider, her phone does not ring anymore. She has tried to get something similar. She has tried this and that number, but it has never been the same. So now she has a reputation of being a number hoarder, instead of just registering her SIM at her mobile service provider and keeping her number. Excuse me one sec. Hello? No, this isn't Susie. Have you tried her other number?
Don't miss out on important communications like Susie. Register your SIM to keep your number. Visit www.cran.na.
At ShopRite, we're committed to bringing you lower prices every day. That's why we've kept the price of our in-store bread at a low $11.49. And we'll keep it there. Plus, get great deals like a 2-liter farmhouse ice cream, all variants for a low $42.99 each. Or a 750-gram tin of Coffee instant coffee for only $98.99. Never pay more than the ShopRite price. Only at ShopRite.
Now a look at what is happening on the sport front. Over the past weekend, the Tony Rust racetracks outside Windhoek hosted the National Circuit Racing, including the first ever classic car racing show, which produced winners in various classes. 13 vehicles entered in the different categories, including supercars and clubmans.
Despite the heat, the second last leg of the National Circuit Racing produced high expectations for winners to be crowned as the national champion in their respective classes. In the supercar racing, young Everson hit the ground running while finishing first in his class with 12 points.
With racing, it actually started quite well because we had the last 2 years. It was, things were down, but currently we've got some new cars, and especially today we made history. So we had classic cars here. That's cars older than 1997. That's a new class that's going to be invented next year. So, and quite a number of new cars for this year as well. Yeah, and a nice thing about the racing, it's competitive. Normally we've got the supercars. That's quite ahead, but today we've got some close racing, nice racing to watch. We're building on 2023 calendar. We've got, I think our first date is from March next year, but we're building and with new excitement, and we want to go there. We want to explode this racing. We want to get some crowds back here on the racetrack.
It's just incredibly hot, especially the turbo cars are. It's terrible, the heat. You get heat and it just builds up. So it's difficult. We're just trying to manage the heat. The tires are struggling, but it's nice. It's nice. It's really nice having good competition. There's so many talented drivers in this country that we barely see them, and it's good to actually have them come in through classes. The Clubman's has always been a winning class or formula for driving, and we've kept with it for long, and luckily now it's starting to show that it actually works. Yeah. So we've got a lot of cars. The fast cars are there, and then we've got this middle bunch that have really got good dices between them.
The final and last leg of the National Circuit Racing event is slated for Saturday, the 26th of November at the Tony Rust Racing Tracks.
That's all we have for you. Don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms for more on the sport front. Now let's have a look at the weather forecast.